1. Which of the following is the most effective way to promote adult learning in a basic education certificate examination, BECE preparation program? A. Encouraging rote memorization of facts. B. Focusing on passive listening during lessons. C. Using active learning strategies such as discussions and group activities. D. Limiting assessment to only written exams. 2. How should a teacher in a BECE program assess students' understanding of complex concepts? A. By giving only multiple choice questions. B. By conducting one-on-one oral interviews. Through a variety of assessment methods, including formative and summative assessments. D. By focusing on student attendance and participation. 3. What is the best approach for curriculum development in the BCE preparation program? A. Developing a fixed curriculum with no room for flexibility. B. Incorporating student feedback and adjusting lessons based on their progress. C. Focusing solely on the subjects that are hardest for students. D. Relying solely on textbook-based content. 4. Which of the following is an important factor in ensuring effective communication in the BECE classroom? A. Speaking at a fast pace to cover more content. B. Using only written instructions for clarity. C. Adjusting language and delivery to suit the diverse learning styles and levels of students. D. Restricting communication to formal modes only. 5. How can a teacher address the diverse learning needs of adult students in a BECE program? A. By providing one-size-fits-all teaching materials. B. By using differentiated instruction to accommodate various learning styles and paces. C. By strictly adhering to the textbook and syllabus. D. By focusing only on the brightest students. 6. Which assessment method is most aligned with adult learning principles in the BECE preparation program? A. Conducting only written exams at the end of the term. B. Using ongoing quizzes, peer assessments, and self-reflections. C. Relying on final exams as the only form of evaluation. D. Ignoring student progress and focusing on final results. 7. What is an essential component of creating an inclusive environment in the BECE classroom? A. Treating all students the same regardless of their background or learning needs. B. Recognizing and valuing the diverse experiences and knowledge that adult learners bring to the class. C. Focusing only on academic achievement without considering individual challenges. D. Limiting the participation of students with learning disabilities. 8. Which of the following best describes effective feedback in the context of the BECE preparation program? A. Providing feedback only at the end of the course. B. Giving immediate, specific, and constructive feedback to help learners improve. C. Giving vague feedback that does not guide the student's learning process. D. Avoiding feedback to prevent discouragement. 9. In the BECE program, how can technology best be integrated to enhance learning? A. By using technology only as a supplementary tool for practice. I. Replacing traditional methods entirely with digital learning platforms. C. By integrating technology to support interactive lessons and access additional resources. D. By limiting technology use to administrative tasks only. 10. How should a BCE teacher handle student stress and anxiety during the exam preparation phase? A. Ignore the emotional well-being of students and focus only on academic content. B. Encourage a relaxed atmosphere while providing stress management techniques. C. Discourage students from talking about their stress. D. Place excessive pressure on students to perform well in the exams. 11. What is the role of self-directed learning in preparing students for the BECE? A. Students should learn entirely on their own without teacher intervention. B. It allows students to take ownership of their learning and practice independently. C. It is not relevant to the BECE as students rely on teacher-led instruction. D. It should only be used for non-academic subjects. 12. Which of the following is a benefit of collaborative learning in a BCE program? A. It encourages competition among students. B. It fosters teamwork and helps students learn from one another's strengths and weaknesses. It hinders individual responsibility and focus. It should be avoided in favor of individual study. 13. How can a teacher assess the effectiveness of their instruction in a BECE preparation class? A. By evaluating student test scores at the end of the course only. Through ongoing reflection, student feedback, and classroom observations. C. By assessing the speed at which students finish assignments. D. By comparing the performance of students to that of their peers. 14. What is an example of formative assessment in the BECE program? A. A final exam taken at the end of the term. B. A quiz given in the middle of a lesson to gauge understanding. C. A summative report based on overall course performance. D. A project completed at the end of the semester. 15. Which instructional strategy is most effective in supporting adult learners in the BECE program? A. Lecturing for the entire class period without breaks. B. Incorporating real-life examples and experiences into lessons. C. Avoiding group discussions to keep the class orderly. D. Limiting classroom activities to traditional teaching methods. 16. In what way can a teacher best promote critical thinking in BECE students? A. By asking questions that encourage reflection and analysis of concepts. B. By providing direct answers to all student questions. C. By focusing on memorization rather than understanding. D. By avoiding complex topics and focusing on simple facts. 17. How can adult learners' motivation be sustained throughout the BECE preparation program? A. By providing rewards and incentives for high performance only. By making lessons relevant to their personal and professional lives. C. By focusing solely on the difficulty of the material. D. By setting unrealistic expectations for performance. 18. How can a teacher ensure that all students in a BECE program receive equitable opportunities to succeed? A. By assigning the same tasks and assessments to every student. By recognizing and addressing the specific learning needs and challenges of each student. C. By focusing on the most gifted students to ensure high test scores. D. By eliminating group work and emphasizing individual assessments only. 19. What is the key focus of adult education theory as applied to the BECE? A. Making content more challenging without considering the learner's experience. Incorporating methods that build upon the learner's prior knowledge and life experiences. C. Focusing on theoretical concepts that do not apply to real-life scenarios. Avoiding content that challenges adult learners' existing beliefs. 20. Which of the following is an essential component of a culturally responsive curriculum in the BECE program? A. Using only one teaching method for all students. B. Incorporating diverse perspectives and materials that reflect students' backgrounds. C. Focusing solely on standardized tests. D. Ignoring the cultural diversity of the classroom to maintain neutrality. 21. What is the most effective way to involve students in the curriculum development process for the BECE? A. Asking students to design the entire syllabus. E. Soliciting their feedback on topics they find most challenging or interesting. C. Giving students complete control over the teaching methods used. D. Allowing students to choose their own assessments without guidance. 22. What is a key characteristic of an effective BECE classroom environment? A. a strict, authoritarian teaching style. B. A collaborative and respectful atmosphere where all students feel valued. C. A silent classroom with minimal interaction. D. A competitive environment where only the highest achievers succeed. 23. Which is the best way for a teacher to manage classroom behavior in the BECE program? A. By establishing clear expectations and consistently reinforcing positive behaviors. B. By avoiding any form of discipline. C. By using punishment to control disruptive behavior. D. By ignoring disruptions and focusing solely on content delivery. 24. How can peer assessments benefit BECE students? A. By promoting collaboration and critical thinking among peers. B. By making students more competitive and less supportive of one another. C. By ensuring that only the teacher's judgment matters. D. By reducing the amount of work the teacher has to do. 25. What is the purpose of conducting a needs assessment in the BCE program? A. To determine the strengths and weaknesses of students before instruction. B. To assess the teacher's teaching style. C. To evaluate the school's infrastructure. D. To measure the effectiveness of classroom behavior management techniques. 26. How can a teacher effectively integrate life skills into the BECE curriculum? A. By providing theoretical content without practical application. B. By including lessons on problem-solving, decision-making, and time management. C. By limiting the curriculum to academic subjects only. D. By not addressing any life skills outside of academic topics. 27. How can a teacher promote collaboration between students in a BECE classroom? A. By assigning group projects that require students to work together toward a common goal. B. By grading students on individual performance only. C. By discouraging any group discussions during lessons. D. By having students compete against each other for the highest grades.